It is Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021, and I'm here and you are here. This must be the right place. Good evening, 6:30 or so, and we're ready to begin the Valley Photo Club Zoom membership meeting. Welcome, welcome to you all. It's really great seeing you, or at least hearing you, here on the Zoom platform. For about a year now, amateur and pro photographers have enjoyed participating in the VPC Valley Photo Club. Our club members are beginning, intermediate, and advanced photographers. Collaborate on photos, ideas, critiques, and techniques. VPC will hold monthly meetings where suggestions on improving photographs are heard. We have guest speakers that present short sessions on equipment, Photoshop, Lightroom, post-processing in general, and capturing images in some of LA's iconic locations. We have fun and share years of talent and knowledge amongst our members. Another way to share expertise and engage with VPC is to join a group field trip. These day trips to local events and locations have been enjoyed by many over the past year, and many more years by those who are members of other Facebook groups and who have gone on photo walks for the past several years. Find a group you get along with best, taking the photos you enjoy taking the most, at the places you enjoy the most, and go have fun. Photo ops, many on the spur of the moment, are announced on the Facebook group page and on the group pages of those which host them. We did have an official VPC op this month. Forgive me, we did not have an official VPC photo op this month. And you may have noticed there is no longer an events tab on our Facebook page. However, I've been going on photo walks with different groups and people at different times. It's been more intimate, and I recommend everyone give this a try. Seek out information on upcoming events, or better yet, post one of your own on the VPC pages, or call a friend from VPC and enjoy an afternoon with them photo taking. The Facebook engagement has been stationary this past month. I do encourage all of you to post to VPC and engage as time permits. Thank you for that. If you were here last month, you will be familiar with the meeting format for tonight. However, tonight, unlike last month, we will have a learning session presented by a VPC member. Next month, we will have a Zoom membership meeting for the holiday and for the year end. I want for those that will participate to present their very own slideshow production of their most favorite photos taken by themselves in the year 2021. The slideshow should remain under 3 minutes and can have as many photos as you feel are appropriate. Remember, the more photos, the shorter the viewing time for each photo. Tonight, we will hear from VPC member Ken Lee on the topic of light painting. But first, a slideshow of this month's entries, and then the viewing of the first round of photo entries for the month. We will spend only 2 minutes on each photo in an attempt to have enough time for all 27 photos to be seen. After the first round of 15 photos, we will hear from Ken. And after Ken is finished and the Q&A is over, we'll resume with the second round of photos. You ready to begin a meeting?
Yes.
Let's
do it.
My thing up here. Do this. Do the share.
music was perfect with that.
I kind of liked it, right?
That
really
worked. The whole thing.
I was surprised how well that worked. So what has happened, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, what has happened is I lost a LAN connection this evening due to a little power glitch. So all of my connections to my network storage device, where all these files are stored, was blown away. So that's why I'm having trouble with the shares and what have you. And now we're back in business. So we're going to begin our...
Is that Mozart?
Yes, our photograph presentation. We're going to start with a ray of light at the Manhattan Beach. And that is what we see now. That was a hard photo to take, just waiting for the right time for this blast of light through that window. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It really is. The color, my goodness.
I didn't know where that was at first, and it looked like it was someplace exotic, you know, like, you know, say India or something like that. But it, yeah, I do like the rays of light blasting out.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Very beautiful.
Difficult to get that shot.
Thank you
I
very
went
much.
on 2 different photo walks at Manhattan Beach Pier,
Mm-hmm.
and there was hardly any kind of sunset the best time, and the other time there was nothing.
Right.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
I think I read somewhere that apparently November are the best, is the best time for sunsets in Southern California.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
So maybe try it again.
October and November have some of the best clouds.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could suggest is that, which is an easy fix, is that the photo appears to be leaning towards the left slightly.
Really? Okay. You're right.
Otherwise, it looks great.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Because I wasn't kind of sure whether I should like take out the bits of white as well behind the aquarium building, but I didn't know how to do that, so I did not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. It looks great. I mean, I don't know.
Thank you very much.
I like how the sun shines through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can see sort of like a, I don't know, a ray coming through. That's
Yeah, I really like that.
You can see a little guy or something.
Yeah.
Photoshop has a method of eliminating the people,
Why would you want to?
but
Whoa.
but you have to take like a lot of pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I understand.
I don't know. It's so unusual. That's neat.
If you take very slow picture, the people will be eliminated by itself.
Oh,
Right.
that's true.
You could do it that way too.
The people are good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the people make this interesting. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're on to the next one.
Our next photo is titled Ants.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, huh?
This is where a title really comes into play.
Oh yeah,
The maker of the photo has an intent, a message to convey,
absolutely.
and the title is just impactful.
I wish the background was not green.
Oh well.
Why?
It will be not green, it will be much better. It disappeared on the green background.
I like the green.
Oh well, that would be rather challenging unless you bring your own backdrop.
Yeah.
Which some of us can do.
Yeah, yeah.
You can
Some people.
select the
people
subject in Photoshop and then invert it and then just darken the background.
Well, sure.
Change background, it's very easy stuff.
Sure. You could do that too.
Change the color background like this. It's
Sure.
1 second job.
But some people have already expressed they like the green.
Yeah.
So it's just,
It's nice, but it will be better than other background, not green.
it would be interesting to see it with various backgrounds, I think. This is a good photo to play off of that. I would like to pick something with a color of the ant, maybe. You know, that golden, that reddish, that brown, and see if that helps bring that to highlight.
Yeah, of course, that might hide one of the ants, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there is one. You are correct. You are correct.
Yeah.
In the next photo, I don't have an accurate title for it. I'm going to call it 2276.
Cool.
Oh, that looks like a 2276 if I've ever seen one.
Not to me.
0.5.
Love these long shadows.
Oh, yeah, the shadows are awesome.
Actually, the one that touches my heart is the one of the person with the camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Saw that right away.
Exactly.
I wish you will remove this part of the fence. It will be perfect.
Right.
The fence?
And that's a fairly easy
The
close.
railing.
Very easy to remove it. So on the left, this corner.
I don't know. I like it. It gives you a sense of standing up high on a
No.
bridge or pier, whatever it is.
Your mind is not on the place, whatever it should be. The first thing what you see this corner. This is
Not me.
On the picture, you have to see the main. This is not.
I don't
think
know.
if I was going to take anything out, I'd take out the orange bag
Uh-huh.
that's
Oh,
right behind the photographer.
How
Right.
about changing the color of the orange bag? Does that work too?
I don't know. Maybe we could go through it and see if there's anything interesting in it.
Especially if there's camera gear. Nikon, Canon, Olympus. One of us got to be a winner.
There you go.
I don't always have an opinion, but I have an opinion on this one.
Go for it.
My eye was not drawn to the fence. My eye was drawn to the girl with the camera and the shadow of her. And then it moved on over to the people with the American flag on the ground
Uh-huh.
and those shadows. If anything, I think the big shadow in the right top corner could be cropped a little. But otherwise, I think it's a really nice picture.
Helene, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So my video doesn't work, and also, I did not to take out the fence, the
Railing.
rail, on the left corner right here.
Yeah.
So I tried to crop it, but then it won't work. And then so this was like a shot where she was there and then she gone. So that was the only moment that I could take that photo.
Yeah, well, I think it's great.
But I could have, it would be, like he said, the fence would be, without the fence would be nice. But I don't know how to remove that in Photoshop.
I think it gives it a sense of perspective as well, because otherwise you just assume it was a drone shot. Whereas here you're actually, you know that somebody's standing on a bridge or somewhere and is taking a photo looking down.
See, that's what I said. You're just saying it better than me.
I think.
You must read. I don't read. That's my problem.
Oh, never mind. But I think the fence is it's a good thing to put in there as a frame to frame the. Anyway,
Glow of the flower.
Nice pictures.
that is.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what was
it's
the title
beautiful.
again?
Glow
Sharp
Oh.
pictures.
of the flower.
Oh, there it is. It's in the upper left. Okay. I don't know. First of all, the flowers are stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if gigapixel was used. Every picture I look at now, I wonder what kind of AI was used on it.
Yeah, after I saw that video, I take a look now.
I really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we were scoring, I know what I would score.
It kind
Okay.
of draws you in.
Almost looks
Yeah,
like
mine-
two eyes staring at you.
At the same time.
It might be nice to bring it up a quarter of a stop so there's some white somewhere in there. Although there is a little bit towards the right center of the right flower center.
Mm.
It just
Yeah.
feels like it a little bit, just a tiny bit of increased exposure might make it stand out even more.
You mean glow of the flower?
I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, no, I think I would agree with that.
It's nice. It's beautiful flowers.
It's lovely.
So vibrant, I can smell it.
It's a good picture.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of flower is it?
That's a really good question. I've not seen it before.
Looks, oh,
Looks like something that flowers on an evergreen hedge, though.
Could I ask? May I ask?
Yes.
How is this picture taken? The background and the shutter speed of this?
It would be wonderful if the maker of the photo was here. I expected him to be here, but
Mm,
I don't know where to get the answer from.
okay. All right.
I'm really surprised he's not here.
Mm. It's beautiful.
Oh, boy.
Grasshopper amputee.
Oh,
You're
that's
right.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Micro.
That's great. That's great detail. Just great.
some people will do anything to get a picture.
Oh my God.
You see every,
I liked it better when I didn't know the leg was missing.
oh God.
Oh, oh no. Oh yeah.
I got to sleep tonight. I only slept till 2 o'clock. I got up at 2. The poor butter. Oh my God. Poor grasshopper.
He looks fine. He looks perfectly content. He hops in circles, but he looks happy.
I got to tell you, this grasshopper was pretty far from me. I did it with my zoom lens, and I decided to pick this picture, and I was working on it to make it as good as I could make it. And it took me a long time to even realize that that leg was missing.
What?
And yeah, when I thought, should I even show it? But I already put the time in, so he looked happy.
I had a 7-legged spider once. I didn't realize it was 7-legged until Lloyd said something.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
I think
boy.
he did a great job with the
The detail is incredible.
post-processing. Yeah, the detail.
Thank
The depth of field is great. It's just right.
Just terrific. I love it. I really do.
Thank you. The background is pretty much just the way the background was, but I took out the front part and just, gave it a little bit more detail, sharpening and a little bit more contrast. But otherwise, that's it.
Oh, Helene, this is your photo, Helene?
Yes.
Oh, what f-stop do you use for this one?
Oh, I'd have to go look.
Oh,
I
it's
keep.
beautiful.
Oh, you know what? I usually keep it on auto, except on a lot of these pictures with the flowers or with these things, I do aperture priority, and I make a big opening. The biggest I can make is like 3.5. But usually, I could tell you later. I'd have to go look it up.
Oh.
Petal on this photo is migrant lizard.
Now there's great detail too.
Yeah,
Great pictures.
Oh, they are great.
The maker of this photo is not here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I would agree about the detail. That it does look pretty great.
I'm curious about the,
Your time is, your clock is stop.
that's why you're
One of
here.
the things about something like this that I think I would like is if the front rock, the rock that he's on is great, wonderful light amount. You know, the amount of light there is wonderful. But as you go back in the distance, I would want the soft portion of that to be maybe another quarter of a stop, a third of a stop darker, so it would separate more from the foreground.
Good point.
You know, like layers where you have like in a landscape, you've got the front, the middle, and the back. I think if they had just a little bit of different light characteristic, they might stand out even better.
What is that coming out of its back?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a toenail.
Oh, God.
Right rear leg. I think it's a
Oh.
toenail. It's got an itch.
That leg is up? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
A little scratch action there.
So now that we've all seen it, I can't unsee it. I think I would have removed it.
Yeah, I would have.
I would have too.
I have too. I
Yeah.
would too, definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
You do that before you take the picture, Jay?
No.
But just a grasshopper.
Yeah, it's something like a grasshopper. Now you're talking about doing it to a lizard.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sorry, Jay.
Nice one.
I hope I can pronounce this title. Here we go. Milan Duomo.
I want to say something about this picture. It was you see steps there, but there wasn't any steps. I was up on the roof taking it because I wanted to get it. My husband said I was ridiculous going up there, but I couldn't get down. So one of the guys had to carry me down after
Oh, no.
and on top of that, someone liked it a lot. She wanted me to do stuff in her coffee shop. And guess what? I gave her, didn't have time because I was working on something else. And I gave her the picture, and guess where it hangs now? In the coffee shop.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
The bathroom?
Yes.
The bathroom.
More people see it that way.
That was difficult, believe me. I wouldn't do it again. I really.
Seriously, at my dentist office, there's been a picture in his waiting room for 15 years. I never saw it. But the picture in the bathroom, I can tell you exactly what it is.
Thank you, Jay. Thanks a million. I've had one.
Yeah, but Jay,
I
this is
would try
so you
this in
keep it
black and
clean.
white.
Oh.
Okay, there were two people talking.
I would try this in black and white. I mean, just a thought, because the colors are kind of, monochromatic. In
Lots
a sense.
of cool tones, though. You know, for black and white, yeah, you could have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then also I thought
Especially with
about
the
it
high
as a black and white.
contrast.
I thought about it as a black and white because the sky is kind of bare. So if it would help.
I thought about
Anyway,
that, but
just a thought.
no, I thought about changing the sky, making it bluer.
I like when a sky is like this. I like it. It's not doom and gloom, but it is. It's gloomy. And I like that because that's what weather is like.
That's right. And
Such a mood.
it was just hard to get that shot. So I'm kind of proud of it.
You get a special award for that.
Oh, thank you.
Notice the guy that carried you down. Our next photo.
Yes,
No.
yes. That's right.
Whitney.
Okay, that's good.
Mount Whitney.
Oh, look at that.
There's the sky you need.
Yeah.
It's a little bit overexposed. A little bit too much light on the front.
Also looks like it was done on film.
You're right.
You know, it looks like a film scan to me, but you know, I don't know. It's hard to know.
Now, the foreground compared to the sky is, way overexposed. Or, that if you could tone down the foreground and give the sky a little bit less darkness, it would be more like what a person sees.
This picture needs a lizard.
You know what's intriguing about this photo is that, so if we're going to assume for a minute that the sky is not dropped in, it's curious that the foreground is overexposed, but the sky is not.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
It's because it was a straight sun on the stones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time of day. That's what you're saying, Leonid? The time of day?
No, it's it's the time of day when the sun is very hard, and what I will do, I will add it a little bit more shade on this and make it a little bit darker and make it like three-dimensional to play with this. Otherwise, it's very plain. It doesn't have any 3D dimension, any feeling that it's something between.
Right, but that's sort of assuming that you can grab some of the detail in the first place. I mean, like if you could, then you could dodge and burn it, but I'm not sure if it's possible here.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible a little bit, specifically in the area between the teeth. Make it a little bit darker to show the shade.
Yeah.
It will create a depth.
I think this was shot from far away with a telephoto, or up close with a wide angle.
But you usually think like this. You not taking picture straight on the whatever. What you have to have something in front, something before this, some stones, some trees, or something. It will be like foreground before that.
That's why I think it was probably a telephoto lens from the Alabama hills.
Maybe.
Probably.
Old cabin.
We've got a little tilt shift action going on here.
That's interesting.
Actually, no tilt shift.
You should make this a little bit darker. It will be much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real tilt shift, but I'm just saying.
I can tell you one good thing, whatever you can make very easy with the picture is make picture absolutely incredible. If you take you put picture in a Photoshop, make a copy of pictures, double copy of picture. Then the second picture on the top, you turn on, you change from natural to multiplier. It's become completely almost dark. Then you take the opacity to 0, and then you started move opacity right, increasing, and you can see how the picture is glowing, become better quality, much better quality. It's very easy trick, but it makes picture incredible.
The idea behind this was to make it look old, with a old camera.
Right.
So,
yeah, but if it will be darker, it will be even better.
I think as it is, if you look at it as like a work of art, like someone painted it, it's really pretty. It's different.
I
by
would
the way,
definitely.
this was by the shoot, I can't think of the mission. It's down south of here. Oh, shoot. Anyway.
San Juan Capistrano?
There. They had this old cabin there that they maintain, and later on, a couple of people got in the bathtub, and we got to take pictures of them. They were clothed, of course, but.
Oh, right.
Unbelievable.
Is that your picture, Bill?
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Bill, where was this?
I can't think of the name of the mission.
Is
Down
it
south of here, the one the
Capistrano?
earthquake hit? Pardon?
No
It's
kidding.
down south of LA County. Oh, gosh. Mine's gone. Never mind.
One
This is
foggy
great.
morning with friends.
This is
Looks like they're posing.
Yeah, I don't know how you got that shot.
they are.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Really nice, yeah.
I like the triangle
Me too.
or
Very-
triangles. There's lots
Very,
of them in
very
there.
nicely done.
If you could have just waited a few seconds for that top bird to move his feathers just a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
Which he did.
And one more thing, if you will remove the bird on the left, which is a staying, it will be absolutely perfect.
Which bird on the left?
The last bird, which without which is staying without
Without the wing spread?
yeah, on the left side.
I like that bird. It looks like it's staring at them.
It doesn't matter. It will be perfect. It will be triangle, 1/3, and everything. It will be absolutely perfect picture. But it's good too. I mean, it's a great picture anyway. It's only suggestion, nothing else.
Yeah. No, that's good. Like to hear what people have to say.
It's really well done.
I like
Well
it.
done.
Excellent.
Somebody got up early.
Oh,
The next photo is titled Paris, France.
Awesome.
Which one's France and which one's Paris?
it is not Paris, Las Vegas.
I see.
Or Paris, California.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Oh, there is a
expression on
Paris
that dog's face is priceless.
With the ear up.
No, to just look at his eyes. He's not happy.
She is not happy.
Oh, sorry, she's not
There are
happy.
two dogs
All
in
right.
the picture.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
I didn't realize there was 2 dogs, and I've looked at this photo a lot.
Very cool.
You know,
Oh,
It's
there
an
are.
analog photo from film. I don't remember the film. It was 2008. It's probably Ilford 400 Delta, maybe. I don't remember. But I used a lot of those in those days.
it's lovely.
I'm not crazy about cropping, but if you would crop the elbow on the right-hand side of this photo out,
I agree.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not losing much. You're not losing much, and it won't be such an eye catch.
I could clone it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would content aware it.
Fine, whatever you choose. The elbow. It's a eye
Yeah, you're
catch.
right. You got good point.
It's a great photo. Good choice for black and white. A little bit of an eye catch is all.
We call that an Eiffel.
We go from Paris, France to Rodeo Drive.
Hey,
Rodeo Drive.
look at those suitcases. Whoa.
A little bit of shopping.
And it's only a Rolls. They needed a Rolls U-Haul.
You know, one thing that I like is the color of the car and the suitcase and the parking meter. And there's even another part of yellow on the store.
And
Yeah.
it's also a yellow
But
traffic
you
light.
know that this store is a big giant store, and this car belong to the store, and this meter belong to the store.
Is that really true?
Yes, it's car
And-
belongs. This is a store like on the right, and this meter, this place is parking belong to the store, and the meter has the name of the store.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you took it with a yellow street light.
Oh, yes, that too.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yellow street light, yellow street light,
Mhm.
yellow parking meter, yellow wall, yellow trunk, yellow car, yellow underwear, yellow street light.
Even the repetition of the red on the right, the middle, and the left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of things working here. Even the
Yeah.
blue, if you want to get technical. There's 3 points of blue. Blue here, and blue there.
Leading line with the sidewalk and the street.
Right.
Nicely done.
All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And all you had to do was wax that car for the photo, right? Our next photo,
Oh,
Rose.
I gotta love the water droplets.
It's a little bit overexposed. It has to be a little bit darker that you can see shadows between the leaves inside the rolls. But it's beautiful.
You know, I see here a problem with the red, and I oftentimes have problems with red color, and I don't know why. It looks like I lose definition with that color. I don't know why. And here you can see there's not very much definition in the red.
The reason why digital cameras are particularly sensitive to red, so it's really easy to lose detail or blow out things.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's the
really?
reason why. Yeah.
Is
Thank
that
you.
true of a cell phone too?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
So do
Okay.
you go into your luminance and reduce the red? Or
If I've blown it out, yeah, I'll reduce the luminance, or sometimes reducing the saturation a little bit can help too. That's what I've done in the past. If I'm light painting, I reduce the saturation in my reds, so it doesn't blow out as easily. So.
Thank you.
My gosh, I've been struggling with that for a while.
Sure. Yeah, later on in the light painting
Try
thing,
to do my method with a multiplier. You will change this picture in one shot.
right.
I'm sorry, Ken, I didn't hear what you were going to say.
I was just going to
multiplier to change a double picture, then change normal to multiplier, and then put opacity to 0, and then move opacity right till you will see the picture what you want to see.
Titled The Look.
Small secret.
I like that it's black and white.
Yeah, it looks good as black and white.
I'm intrigued by the point of view. I like that it's blown out. I have trouble with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It's a beautiful photo.
What is she thinking?
Wow, look at that coat color. It's in black and white, and the coat is just so unique.
He's thinking, why am I with this guy? He's looking at something else. When's he going to notice me?
Way.
Yeah, it does make you think about, like, what is the story there?
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's looking for a taxi.
Instead of storytelling, it's more like story asking.
I think he's looking over at that big white dot thinking, boy, I wish that wasn't there.
Or maybe she's looking for the taxi and he's looking at a pretty girl.
The longer I look at it, the longer I look at it, does anyone else agree clone this out?
Yeah, I would.
Sure.
If there was another, if there was another letter, I would keep it, but just the M?
Right.
Doesn't bother me at all.
I didn't say it bothers me. I said I would clone it out. Another letter, I would keep it. I'm nitpicky now. I like the photo.
If it was a J, it would be okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And our next photo, and the last in the series of the first round, is the road to Damascus, or Damascus, or don't ask me.
Wow.
You could probably get it for a good price.
You could have saved 15%.
Nice picture.
I love the star trails.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really is a nice addition.
The shadow or the light through the grill is cool.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And the shine on the ground in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
The chrome.
Yeah. Just make you wonder, where did that light come from?
Unbelievable.
The KenLee, right?
Fully charged AA batteries.
Wow. That's really good detailing too, Ken.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure how much we were supposed
How
to.
many exposures is that? Or was it like an Olympus camera where you take the original and then it gives you an exposure, just adding new light?
No, this is probably about 3 to 4 exposures of 3 minutes each, f8, ISO 200, and then I stacked it in Photoshop.
Yeah.
So it's probably 9 to 12 minutes in total. It's hard to tell because I don't know the focal length. So.
Wow.
Yeah, nice job.
Thanks.
Why is it that the star trails on the right are long and on the left they're not?
The reason is because as you go farther and farther from the north star, they travel more and more, just like we're basically on a ball spinning, right? So the outer ones would be longer. And so if you look in the upper left corner, that's approximately where Polaris, or the North Star, is.
Wow.
Great explanation. I think you get an A+ for that.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Good, great.
If you were to, just as a trivial aside, if you were to be in, say, Ecuador or Kenya or some other place by the equator, and you were to do star trails, the ones right in the middle, right by where east meets west, would be perfectly straight up and down.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, something I'd like to try that someday.
So it would look like rain or snow coming down.
Precisely, yeah. It would be falling straight down. So the ones in the middle, that is, like, on the periphery of the east and west.
What version of
technically north and south, but we could get complicated here. I'm sorry, you're going to ask a question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just was curious what version of Photoshop you have.
I don't know. It's a fairly recent one because I'm purchasing a subscription, but I don't. It's not updated all the way, so I can't remember. But it's Adobe 2021.
Gotcha.
Or sorry, Photoshop CC 2021.
Oh, so in other words, you have the subscription service. I understand.
I do. Yeah, I have the subscription service, but quite frankly, you could do this without Like, I mean, I could have done this in Photoshop CS6 or, you know, any other pre-subscription thing. Geez, I can't even talk anymore.
Oh, you're just getting started, Ken. Take,
Yeah,
give your tongue a rest. Let me
that's right.
introduce you. Let me introduce you.
Yeah. But
Ken
Photoshop has
Lee.
had the stacking thing for a while, so you know that's something that you could have done in CS2, for example.
Really? Now, the select function is supposed to be fantastic now in the subscription service.
Right.
When you want to move people into different landscapes and things.
Ken, I have, Mr. Ken?
Excuse me.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, I have a question on this photo. So this is like a stack of a few photos put together into one. Is that what it is?
Precisely, yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So what you do is you stack it in Photoshop.
Uh-huh.
And again, it's only 3 or 4 photos. You stack this in Photoshop, and then you change on all the layers on the bottom right. You change them from normal to lighten. And what that does is lighten allows all the new additive light to shine through. So in this case, it's the stars.
Okay.
That's really neat.
It's really, really nice.
And that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Photoshop, you can do this in Star Stacks, which is a free program, and it runs on any operating system that you would likely use. So
Star, what you say, Star?
Star Stacks, and Stacks is spelled with an X at the end.
Okay.
Star Stacks.
Okay.
Star Stacks.
Okay.
It's a free program, and it's super, super easy to use.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you end up using it and you have any questions about it, you can just contact me. Probably just tag me in the group. That's probably best, and then I'll be happy to help you.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Be careful. Be careful. It's YouTube, so be careful what information you provide now.
Right.
My turn.
Okay.
Ken Lee is a photographer who drives long hours in a dusty car listening to weird music, staying out all night creating photos. He gets dirty, hangs out with other creative sleep-deprived weirdos, sees the stars drift across the sky, and always finds the best taco stands. He has been exploring the southwestern United States and parts of the East Coast for over 6 years with a camera, tripod, and colored flashlight. He creates night photos of abandoned historical places, unique features and landscapes. Ken has authored several books on night photography of abandoned places. His images have appeared in National Geographic books, Omni Magazine, the Los Angeles Times, the Westways Magazine, and other publications. Many of his photos have won awards. Let's welcome Ken.
Hi, thanks. So that's a perfect segue into, or that, you know, the discussion about star trails and things like that, and lightning mode to the next topic. So I illuminated that car with something called light painting. And so even though you might not do light painting, it's still really good to know about the directionality and quality of light. And unfortunately, Jay, I can't share my screen because it's disabled. So disabled participants.
Find a way to fix that.
Yeah, that would be great. Otherwise, this is going to be a really short presentation.
Well, we went without a rehearsal, didn't we?
We did.
If somebody was traveling, and I think you should be able to now.
Okay, let's give it a try again. And indeed, that is it. So, all right, so you should be able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. All right, so there's light painting. I'm going to loosely describe it as 3 different things, light painting being the umbrella term. So the first kind of light painting is where we illuminate an object where the camera is stationary. So that bus would be an example. The camera's on a tripod. It's stationary, and I walk around and illuminate something, in this case with a handheld light. The second thing is called kinetic light painting. And this is where you actually do move the camera to create motion. And that can be done quite a few ways, but the example that I have there is something called camera rotation, where someone will literally spin their camera on a specially made mount, and then do light painting over and over again to achieve that effect, moving each time or moving the camera, what have you. And the last one is called light drawing. And I'm going to describe that photo in just a second, but that's where you shine a light directly into the lens. Now, the kinetic light painting has elements of that because they are sort of shining the light directly into the lens too. So there can be a blurring of these sorts of things. So this is an example of light drawing, and it's, as you can tell, it's not new. Can anybody take a guess as to when they think the first light drawing or light painting was done?
1800s.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 1889.
Wow.
And this is Etienne Jules Maury and Georges Demeny. And so what happened here is that Demeny attached incandescent bulbs to the joints of his assistant and created the first known light painting photograph. This is called Pathological Walk from in Front. And this was not done for artistic purposes. In fact, the first light painting attempts that were done were typically for scientific research, as is the case here. They were kinesiologists studying physiology, and they were studying movement. So that's why that was done here. But 1889, which is pretty early on. So I'm going to get into talking about light for a second, and I apologize. I got these two things out of order, but it's all right. So this is Rembrandt, of course, and those of you who do portraits, especially in studios, are familiar with the Rembrandt technique, right? So where the light comes from the side and forms a triangle between
Chiaroscuro.
the eye. Right. Yeah. So this is a popular lighting technique with today's photographers, and it's just an example of where you can learn from the masters in this case, and how they went about lighting things. This could be window lighting, or it could be a lamp, but regardless, it's coming from the side. And so this particular painting heavily influenced the way I go about doing light painting because of its ability to capture detail. I mean, if you look, you could see even the furrow of his brow and all sorts of other textures and details that the lights have picked up. So bear that in mind. I'm going to go back to light drawing for a second, and there's just a fun story with this. This is how I proposed. This is an example of light drawing, and
oh my gosh, that's
what happened was about 3 years ago or so. I said, can you help me with this? With taking this photo, I'm going to write a message, and I'd like you to, kind of pop a flash against the other wall and illuminate the whole room and me. And so I went ahead and wrote this. And bear in mind that when you light write something, you have to do it backwards. So
oh geez.
you have to turn the flashlight on and off and do it backwards. So because I was slightly nervous about this, I had practiced beforehand, and oddly enough, I was practicing in the shower. I was going on, off, I, S, A, backwards. And so I proposed as, like I thought a night photographer should, through light writing. So then she had no idea what I was doing. So I said, hey, let's look at the back of the camera and see how this came out. And so she looked and she went, "Oh!" And that was that. So, and so we're married now. So it worked.
She said yes. She said,
Yeah.
that's so great. And
That's really neat.
that's wonderful.
Okay. So now going back to the Rembrandt thing for a second, you remember how I was discussing that the light was coming from the side. So I have several examples of a pumpkin, you know, a decorative pumpkin. And I was originally going to show you this and give a demonstration in person, but it just looked so unbelievably lousy on the camera that I decided just to take photos for you guys instead. So this is with the lens to the camera left, of course. All of them are camera left, and it's about between 110 and 120 degrees from you know, from center, 0 being where the camera is, right? So it's farther than 90 degrees coming over at the far left. And you can see how it's picking up certain things. And the reason I did this particular one at about 110, 120 degrees is if you think about how a lot of modern sports portraiture is done, they do this with a lens, lights coming from about 110, 120 degrees, sometimes on both sides, sometimes on one side, but it looks really, really dramatic. And so you can do that with light painting, or you can do that with portraiture, or you can even, you know, do it with natural sunlight, you know, depending on how you set up your subject. So that's an example of 110, 120 degrees. This is 90 degrees. So you can see the difference already, but you can still see how it's picking up a lot of texture. And this is 45 degrees. You really see how that shapes between here and here. So 45 degrees, still picking up a lot of texture, but you know, the light is becoming a little bit flatter. And this, of course, is 0, which is, most photographers don't consider this particularly flattering, especially for portraits. And certainly light painters never, ever do this, or at least good light painters don't, because you'd be standing directly in back of your camera. And this is part of the reason why pop-up flashes look so incredibly lousy. It's because it's straight on, and it's a very flat light, and usually about 99% of the time not desirable. So now, does that make sense? Any questions so far?
Oh, it's good.
Okay, cool. So now what I'm going to do is show you some photos taken in nature. And given what I just mentioned about Rembrandt and about the directionality of light, you can kind of tell where the light was. Now, most of my photographs will be a combination of moonlight and handheld light. So with this one, I was largely mimicking the moonlight. So you can tell that I was standing camera right, and you see how this tree is, there's a lot of texture on the tree, almost to the point of where you feel like you can reach out and grab it. And so the reason for that is because of the directionality of the light. It's picking up a lot of the detail because it's at approximately 90 degrees. So I'm up on the hill to the right. So, gosh. Okay, this one's taking a long time to get sharp. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, there we go. So this one, remember what I mentioned about how you do sports photography? How some people do sports photography where there's two lights coming in at about 110, 120 degree angles, and how that looks really dramatic. Well, you can apply that to a lot of other things too, and I've applied it to this really large boulder here. So I'm coming at it from both sides at about 110, 120 degrees. So think about the pumpkin, the first photo of the pumpkin, how I did that on one side. I'm simply doing it on both sides here. And as a bonus, both Joshua trees also picked up that same quality of light. And so you can see the real, a lot of texture on both the rocks and the trees because of that approach to lighting. Same thing here. Now we're getting away from the nature photos, but same thing here. Same kind of lighting, 110, 120 degrees on either side of this a vintage stove, which is inside an abandoned barn. So yeah, same thing here.
Is this taken at nighttime?
Yeah, all of these so far are at night. Like every single one of these, star trails here, nighttime. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah, all of these are at night. And in fact, you can see the star. You can see a little star trail at, through the doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Beautiful.
Yeah. So again, 120, about 110, 120 degrees on either side. This is that same barn. Now this is getting a little bit more complex because you can see that there's a lot of different angles going on here. And since a lot of you probably already knew about angles, but I just like to drive the point home. You can tell that I'm doing a lot of the angles. So for instance, on the back wall, the very back wall to the left, I've barely skimmed the wood at about as close to a 90-degree angle as I can, and that picks up some of the texture, so it doesn't go completely black. And then some of the other things like the TV and things, you can tell I'm coming at it from a really shallow angle that's about as close to 90 degrees as possible. Now, of course, the moonlight is coming in at through the window, so I just let that go. So all of the shadows on top of the dresser are mostly from the incoming moonlight, and that's actually what inspired me to take this photo. I loved the pattern of that. So yeah.
Is this a
fisheye?
Oh yeah, it looks cool. Very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is definitely a fisheye. It's a Rokinon 12mm fisheye.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yeah. Remember I was talking about red and how it blows out easily? So what I've done here is I've desaturated the red a little bit. And in Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever program you use, you can always bring up the saturation a little bit more and try and test it and make sure that the details don't blow out. But I've just blasted the entire inside of this abandoned hangar with red, and it's not really blown out.
So so the light is coming from the outside. The moonlight.
Once again, that's moonlight, but my red light is coming from the inside. I'm applying light from about 3 different angles. So first I stood over by camera right, over to way off camera to the right, and skimmed the back wall, again as close to 90 degrees as I possibly could. Then I walked around to camera left, and I skimmed the roof. Then I walked over to the far side where the wall is to the left, and then did the same thing there as close to 90 degrees as possible, skimming that wall to pick up the detail. So that's why there's so much detail. If I had stood behind the camera or thereabouts, or even at a 45-degree angle, I would have blown out some of the detail. But because of the angle I'm using, I'm able to preserve that detail. And again, even if you don't light paint, it's good to be aware of these things. So if you're either in a studio situation or you want to wait until the sunlight strikes something a certain way, it can really, really make all the difference in picking up detail. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you use an LED or did you use a gel?
I used an LED for this, but you certainly could use you could use an LED flashlight with a gel. And when I stop the slideshow presentation, I'll show you what I've used.
Excellent. Thank you.
Ken?
Yes.
So are you saying that the walls are not red? It's just a light?
Correct. They're actually off white.
How do you control the light so that the floor is not red as well? Does not bleed.
I use my hand so there's not too much spillage. Like I block part of my light with my hand or with a piece of cardboard,
which in the industry is called a light modifier. and so that way I don't get much on the floor. If you look real closely, you can actually see a little bit on the floor.
Right, on to the left.
Yeah.
Primarily in the shadow.
Yeah.
Now, also, the windows have glass, doesn't it?
No, only the 5 windows to.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
so-
Thank you.
Sure. This is an example of backlighting. So I'm creating shadow by simply backlighting in back of the 3 columns here. So you can see how you can play with shadow here. So this is a little bit different from the angles that I was showing you with the pumpkin, because I didn't really show you this, but I wanted to show you the power of backlighting as well. Now this also has some side lighting. I'm skimming the interior in the same manner that I described with the previous photo. I'm skimming it too to pick up a little bit of detail, but mostly most of the light is coming from backlighting. So you see how powerful lighting can be, especially if you can control it. And that's one of the beauties of light painting, is that you can control the light, because after all, it's dark outside. So much of the light is dependent on you. So here's some more examples of backlighting. Oh, I'm sorry, well, it's one out of order. Okay, this is not backlighting. This is in, I guess we're onto interior lighting now. Okay, so interior lighting, what I did is, this is actually done before I got my present light. So this is a Streamlight LED flashlight with gels over it. And I also, to light the interior of this bus, I also used a speed light that was off camera, and it had a blue gel on it, and I simply popped it a bunch of times inside the bus. And speed lights give this really nice, even sort of light, because it blasts all over the place. So, yeah. So, okay, so we're out of the backlighting area. Again, that same sort of thing with skimming a surface. So in this case, we have a lot of corrugated metal. So what did I do? I skimmed all of these surfaces that I could with a light as close to 90 degrees as I could get, while still illuminating the sides. So you could see the back corrugated thing I skimmed with a warm white light. And in the interior of the walkway, the overhead walkway, I skimmed the overhead corrugated metal on the ceiling as well. So you can see where that really picked up a lot of detail.
Mm-hmm. How long is this exposure, Ken?
This one looks to be about 9 minutes, judging from the star trails. This is a fisheye, a 12 millimeter again. Mm-hmm. So this is no more than 12 minutes from the looks of it. However, I probably did the light painting in the first frame, which was 3 minutes.
Mm. So is this the fish eyes, the fixed fish eyes, 12
It
minutes?
is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's completely fixed. It's, although I don't know very much about it, but Nikon makes a fisheye zoom. There's not very many of those around, but Nikon has an 8 to 15 millimeter, I think it is. 8 to 15 millimeter fisheye zoom, which is unusual, because most fisheyes are fixed. So yeah. All right, more interior lighting. This one is the tail, the tail of an airplane. So I stood inside, and once again, as close to 90 degrees as possible, skimmed the interior. Now you can see the severed part of the back, like way back there. I also did the same thing. And thankfully, I'm rather tall, because that thing is really high up off the ground. But in order to do that, I used a snoot, a light modifier on my light, and I literally jumped up and down while turning on and off my flashlight so I could get the correct angle. So if you had seen me there, you would have seen someone with a flashlight jumping up and down about 10 or 12 times.
Wow.
Was this a regular light or LED light?
LED light, and I'll show you that in a second. This is my last photo, and this is a friend helping me out, and this is another case of funny backlighting. But in this case, because the glass was a little smudgy and dirty, basically it blew out the glass, which is what we were trying to do. We were trying to make this look like I was being abducted. So, yeah, we're having a lot of fun here. So, yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing, I think. Oops, no. Wrong button. I'm going to stop sharing. However,
photos, my goodness.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know if you can still see me. Hopefully you can.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me get rid of this thing here. So this is the light that I've used for all but the crooked bus photo. This is called a Proto Machines LED 2. And what it does is it gets all the lights of the RGB spectrum. I have full control. It'll look a little blown out, but it has full control over brightness and saturation as well as hue. And it also has a timer. So this is what I use for everything now. But back in the day, when I first started, I had a Streamlight LED light, which is it's a small LED light. It's probably about $40. And I purchased Roscoe Lux gels. You can purchase the little tiny booklets, which at the time sold for about $7 or $8 from B&H. And they were basically just for samples. It was a sample book. And you could purchase this. And then what I did is I put them in little cardboard cutout things that looked just like film slides. And then I attached them to the flashlight. And this is my light modifier. It's a snoot. And this is what I was jumping up and down with on the plane. Now, this screws on to the Proto Machines like this, so I can leave one of my hands free. I don't have to hold it in front. Now, so the only thing I have to be really careful about is that this looks a little bit like a firearm. So if anybody comes, I immediately put this down because I don't want them to think I have a firearm. Or I purposely shine lights out of it so they know it's a flashlight. So that is the one thing I have to be careful about because this suddenly looks like a firearm.
Yeah.
So. And yeah, so anyway, that's my presentation. If there's questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we'll get on with the next thing.
Thank you.
Look at you.
Outrageous work, just outrageous. So great.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Ken, really.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. And, especially on the Facebook group, you're welcome to ask any question about the stuff that I post, like how did you do that? What did you use? All of that. Just feel free to ask. I'm here to help. That's the whole idea of the group is to help each other, right? So
Thank you, Ken.
Where do you find these gems?
the locations?
Yeah.
Oh man, hours of work. I'm a Google Earth and Google Maps fiend. I read lots of blogs. Another thing I do is that Facebook, one of the best things about Facebook are their groups. So if there's a particular thing that you're interested in, whatever that might be, join a Facebook group because you'll see all sorts of photos and then, try and look them up and see if you can find them. Because a lot of times people, want to keep them secrets. Largely because people come and tag them or one of the problems that we've been having in the Mojave Desert lately is that there's a lot of people who will burn things. So there's a lot of arsonists. So a lot of the things that I've photographed have been burned in the last 5-6 months. So a lot of us have stopped giving names and locations. So I basically just with a lot of those things, I just vaguely say Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's a shame, but it's coming to that with a lot of the pristine places that you want to go shoot.
Yeah.
That's a real problem.
Yeah. And it's not just abandoned things that are subject to arson as well. It's also really, really delicate sorts of things like there's some places that I go to in Joshua Tree National Park where where there's a really, really fragile crust that's filled with various kinds of bacteria, and it's extremely fragile. And there's no trails there. So you have to be really careful about telling too many people where these things are. But there's a whole bunch of arch formations in this one part of the park that almost no one knows about. There's probably only about 30 people who know where these things are. And we're really careful to not tell too many people where they are, because otherwise the whole place would become trampled. So when I post photos of those arches, I also just say Mojave Desert, so they don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So it's sad that I have to do that, but it's just, the preservationist in me just wants to make sure that places stay safe, and they're not ruined or trampled or tagged or defiled. So
Thank you,
Doing the
Ken.
right thing.
Thank you.
you're most welcome.
Thank you a million, Ken, really.
Thank you.
I give you a standing ovation, but I'm
Wonderful
not right
talk.
pants.
Well, we,
Okay, I'm a total fan of this.
We have Kenna Lily Leaves.
That's just amazing. Such great
Nice light
texture.
painting.
Texture, layers, backlighting. I love it. Well, that settles that.
This is a
Good work on the complimentary
canna
color.
lily. This is a canna lily leaves from
Yeah.
my backyard. It's nothing special.
Excellent.
Wow.
Well, you did a really great job with the composition and the lighting and the whole bit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Got some good bokeh going on in the background there.
I love
But
the
they were
color
just
mix,
standing
too.
there.
I love the complementary colors, and it just really comes off well.
Sometimes you get lucky, huh, Nora? Beautiful.
Yeah, I got lucky. Hey.
Beautiful job. Very nicely done. Very nicely
What could I do
visualized.
to improve it next time or whatever?
Very nicely visualized and great.
To repeat it, you look for times when the sun is backlighting leaves,
Thank
and you watch for that, and that's one of my favorite. This is Lloyd. That's one of my favorite things to do. It like a descanso and stuff. They have all kinds of plants there, and depending upon where the sun is falling through the oak trees and things, they'll pick up individual leaves, and they're like stained glass.
Yes.
And, yeah, so that's what you look for, and you did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Was this handheld or on a tripod?
Oh, no, handheld. A tripod and I are not compatible. Sorry.
Nora,
Yes.
so is this at the garden, botanical garden in, where is this at?
Her
I cannot
backyard.
understand you.
Where-
I'm sorry. I cannot.
Her backyard.
Oh, your backyard. I'm sorry.
Very exotic place.
Exotic backyard.
This photo is titled Distance, paren, Venice Beach at the start of the pandemic, close paren. I like the execution.
The suggestion of isolation.
Right.
Layers are very nice.
Not that it looks bad here, but I can't help but wonder what it would look like in black and white to drive that sense of isolation home.
Shall we?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa.
What do you
I
think?
like it better in color.
Well, maybe increase the contrast some.
That's a lot better in black and white.
Increase the contrast.
Dark.
No, that's not what we're here to do.
Okay, sorry.
I can do that as a last slide, coming back to it.
Absolutely right. Apologize.
So essentially, there's something. So I took that picture, but there's something that speaks to me about the situation. So I think it was the first weekend that we had the lockdown, and literally, you normally see people on Venice Beach everywhere, right? There's like hundreds of them, and that was the only person that we saw for about, I think, an hour. That we were there.
Wow.
So it was really depressing, and I know that, like, if you look at the picture itself, it's not a great picture, but there's something about that picture that just kind of speaks to me.
Yeah.
How was it that you decided to go there?
I just needed to get out of the house.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is solitude, loneliness, more like loneliness rather than solitude.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Fairy wings.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, this
That's
is
what you were
beautiful.
saying about the canna lily, right? About the leaves. To shoot against the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
This is excellent photo.
Yeah, see, I like the way that's lit up. That's really nice. So again, it's about that quality of light and directionality.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is
Good use of the Topaz product.
No,
Is this like a dandelion gone astray, or what's going on with this? What kind
no,
of
that was
plant is this?
actually, that was a tree. I was looking up. We were at the, I forget what they call it, the deserts of the world or something like that in Palm Desert.
okay.
And we were in the butterfly enclosure. And then just as we were walking out the door, there was that tree hanging down. And I looked up and I thought it looked really cool. So I took some pictures. And I don't believe I had topaz at that time. That was just,
I was just giving a plug for Topaz.
no, yeah, I know, but like I said, I don't know if I had it at the time.
The blue and the tan are nice.
Yeah, it just looks really nice.
Yeah.
Helene, did you use a reflector for this one or no?
No, no. You know me, I just carry my big zoom point and shoot. It wasn't as big as the one I got now. I looked up, I saw it, and I took it.
And your portable chair. So you have a seat and you look up.
No, I didn't have a portable chair then either.
Very nice.
This was taken in 2010.
Strike two.
Wow.
Strike two.
What?
That's my strike two.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No Topaz, no chair.
Yeah, sorry.
Did you have a taco that day?
Huh?
Did you have a taco on that day?
No, we probably.
Okay, strike three. We're out of here. Titled Hollywood. 3775.
Nice.
It's Echo Park in Hollywood.
You named it Hollywood when you sent it to me.
I don't know how it got there. It's supposed to be Echo Park.
Not
I
far
think
from
that's a strange part of Hollywood, but okay. And then I like the reflection.
Yeah, I like the
Water.
curve
The
and the
reflections
reflection.
of the trees look great.
Yeah, the curve leads your eyes around, and then the
Exactly,
reflections
yes.
are just perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I like that.
And I like those little people around.
Right. Yeah, the people give it a little perspective, and then you have a really nice light that's kind of skimming some of the ground and the trees and whatnot. So.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit.
All right.
Japanese garden.
Ooh.
So that's a nice amount of drama. First of all, like it's a really dramatic photo, and I like the shadow of the entryway.
Really, this is an opening in the park in Chinese garden.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was so, I took a picture, it was so boring for me. So I decided to create these ways, like they have a shade and the person create like three-dimensional from this.
So this is a composite?
Yes, it's a composite.
Oh, well, it's really artistically done and there's a lot of drama to it. So yeah, I really like it a lot. I know exactly where this is too, so yeah.
I would consider just having making it basically a square and getting the sky and the top part of the roof out. I think that you get the two pillars that are doubled by the posts that are there by the, by that vase shaped door is. I think that really frames it quite effectively, and the top is just kind of not really adding anything.
Wonder if that would work.
I have to go freehand here.
Yeah. There you go.
No, it doesn't work like this.
I'd think it should show at least the top of this, the top.
Yeah,
of the,
come up the roof a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
You know that it's a roof. And yeah, there you go. And a little bit wider than that, but yeah.
Ooh.
Well, yeah. So it should be
Really
centered.
nice patterns like that. It accentuates the patterns. That's lovely.
I like it better the other way,
This way.
the original, yeah.
Huh.
I'm just tinkering quickly if I can.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it doesn't bother the maker.
The only other thing is, I suppose the ground on the left, I can't tell what that is, or it looks like it might have been blown out at one point and darkened.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, regardless, it's a very nice photo, or a composite.
It was a fun to create something, whatever.
I'll bet, yeah.
Morning coffee.
Interesting composition.
I don't like the cup covering her nose.
Right. The position of the three girls is cool, like how they're in a row and layered. I do like that. I would agree with the cup comment.
To me, it's all about the eyes. You've got 5 people that appear to be looking at the photographer.
Yeah. And one person
The person behind the 3 girls in the background is distracting. She doesn't fit with all of the other action, I think.
Yeah, but I think she kind of balances it.
Yeah, it's straight. It's street photography.
It's straight.
I like the idea
I
of
like
cropping
that.
it tightly. I would crop it more tighter. Cut the guy out and the lady there. You have basically one center of interest there, the 3 ladies.
I like it how it is, but I'd also love to see it with just the girls and a total black background and sides and all that, because they really are quite powerful.
Yeah. But particularly the one that's not looking at the photographer but knows he's there.
Yeah.
I like that emotion.
But the look on the girl with the glasses on her eyes, it's kind of cool.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that doesn't work.
You just lost the story. You just lost the story and you lost the context.
Yeah. That's not good.
Exactly.
It's straight. You
That
need
should
all
have been very obvious from the beginning.
Octopus.
Oh.
Thanks, Noel. Octopus.
feel like making a joke about my 3rd grade teacher, but
That's cool. That's a good specimen of an octopus. When did you see it climbing up a wall like that? Mostly, so that's an interesting subject. colors and the textures are nice.
I think that's a sushi restaurant.
Is that taken through glass, or how did they get that?
It's in a fish tank, isn't he?
I would hope so.
Because there's no reflection on the glass. It's great.
No reflection on the
It's like a
restaurant either.
spider on your wall. He just crawls up the side of your wall, like right next to you right now.
It's not Halloween anymore.
Well, I'd say that it was somebody was diving with a Nikonus or something, but the wood and the wall looked a little bit manufactured. So
That could be the ground. It could have been taken from the top.
yeah, it's a nice shot. I like the eye. I like the way the head is, hanging down and back.
Oregon estuary.
Wow.
Love the
Very
curves.
nice.
The horizon is smack in the middle, but it does not bother me.
Beautiful
I'm
cloud.
seeing a lot of that now.
So, yeah, sometimes it really works well. So
Yes, in this case, it's working. I think it's working out.
I think part of the reason for that, I'm going to guess, is because the pond. I'm sorry, I can't think of the actual,
Foreground?
but the pond in the front and the mountains create almost thirds, and I think that's probably in part why it works. I'm guessing, but
Okay, yeah.
This is a really nice
I
shot.
like that there's
Really, really
a
nice.
foreground,
The
a midground, and a background.
right.
The only thing I would wish is that I wish it was shot on film, because this is one of those that really, really would look nice when it's shot on film.
Well, especially if it's large format.
It has no effects. It has absolutely no effects. It's just an excellent composition with lots of cloud action, foreground, and sufficient layering. It's beautiful. I just wish it was shot on film. Anyway.
Oh, it looked great on large format film.
Yeah, even the aspect ratio, I mean, it looks like a 6x7.
Done on a point and shoot camera.
Was that a statement?
Yes.
Okay, so we just had a statement.
Who said that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if you shot it with a phone, it's still a beautiful image, except that it looks digital.
I don't know. I like my digital a whole bunch. I used to shoot a lot of Kodachrome and Ektachrome back in the day. And it was great, but I can do a lot in Photoshop and post-processing.
Hey, Jeff, do you think that Topaz makes a film AI?
I bet somebody does. Well, even in motion picture, they have a way of making video look like film.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
In fact, most things are shot in video and then made to look like film.
Well, Nintools and a lot of other
Lady.
products do that also. They simulate specific film types.
Used to use 5247 Eastman color negative film, and there was a machine called oh God, I can't remember it now. You could adjust the hues in any colors you wanted in either -10 or +10. Hazeltine machine, that's what it was called.
Painted Lady.
I like this a lot, but I'm thinking, are these aren't the natural colors, because I'm thinking that's Colorado sage, and it doesn't come in pink unless I'm wrong.
Maker's not here.
I don't think it's a painted butterfly, a painted lady either, but it's gorgeous. The butterfly.
Right.
Something that is bothering me with the colors. I don't know what it is. Is it the lavender is too pale, or I don't know. It's in a way it's pretty because the underneath of the wing of the butterfly is echoing the color of the flower, but still it looks a little dull, maybe. I don't know.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Something with the color should be. I don't know.
And you know what? It's just like people. They read a book and then they're disappointed when they see the movie. I don't read the book. I'm not disappointed with the movie. I don't know what color that plant is supposed to be. It doesn't bother me at all.
I don't know what color.
Huh?
Yeah, the pastels are very pleasing, I think.
Yeah, and the bug, whatever it is sharp. The antennas, you can see the little ridges on them.
Yes, yes, it's very good.
And the wings look fuzzy, and the background is gone. I like it.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I wish
You can almost see the smile on the insect.
Ew.
Yeah, there is a smile there.
Yeah.
Royal Route 66. Royal Route 66.
Yeah.
There's something very
Nice.
familiar
This is
about
a
this
very
photo.
A fantastic
classic.
shot.
Yeah.
Something familiar
great.
about this photo. I think it's the lighting.
Familiar like you took it?
Familiar like we heard all about it from Ken Lee.
Yeah.
It has
That's
this watermark
gorgeous.
at the bottom there.
Absolutely
Sorry, I
gorgeous.
missed it.
Nice picture, Ken.
Thank you.
Did you have to do something with the timed exposure to keep the neon from overwhelming the exposure?
So yeah, I'm glad you asked that. What I did is I took, I bracketed this with about 4 or 5 shots, and then brought it into Aurora HDR to handle the extreme dynamic range of the very, very bright sign.
Well done.
And then I also lit the car with the same light that I talked about before.
And you lit it
this
more than
doesn't
one.
look
Did
at
you
all like
merge,
it was HDR.
merge all your files?
I did, yeah. I merged all the files together in Aurora HDR.
This doesn't look at all like it's HDR. Excellent job.
Yeah, so I rarely use HDR, but when I do, I try and make it look like it was a single shot. I don't want anyone to ever look at it and go, "Oh, wow, HDR!" Like I just really can't.
HDR, how long ago was it that HDR got a little bit out of hand and gave it that stigma?
Yeah, it was like about 10 or 15 years ago,
Right.
With Photomatics and all that. It was
Right.
really out of hand. By the way, do you guys know when the first HDR photo was made?
No.
1900.
Yeah, once again, you're right. It was in the 1850s.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
How did they do it then?
It was a
Final Jeopardy.
gentleman named Gustave Legrès, and what he did is he took 2 photos of the sea where he exposed for the sky and then the sea, and then he basically combined the 2 negatives and printed from that.
So he put the 2 negatives on top of each other's, and
I'm not 100% sure how he did that, whether he put them on top of each other or whether he just simply cut them and somehow combined them by other means. But that's what he did. And I believe, if I recall correctly, that was 1859.
wow.
Was that car always parked in front of that sign, or did you just luck out?
They lately have been parking this car in front, but the last time I was there, it was not there. Also, this sign has not been lit for a really long time. It was not working for many years. So, but they had a sort of lighting ceremony a few months back. This is not that ceremony, but yeah, this is taken.
Yeah,
last
how did you, was that a fisheye lens?
No, this is that's not a fisheye lens. It's a
Title here is The Birds.
I really like this. Like when you were showing the slideshow,
It stuck out.
This, yeah, it really stuck out to me.
Don't stand underneath it.
No.
Which is Gertrude and which is Heathcliff?
Yeah.
One of the in the middle left is Gertrude, and Heathcliff is in the upper right. And
The
I
main
believe
subject
that's
is
just
in
me. I did have to
third.
clean my shoulder off.
1 tablespoon of sugar.
But yeah, I just really like that. And in this case here, the blank sky, or in other words, the cloudless sky, really serves as a beautiful backdrop.
Thank you.
You know, because
Alfred Hitchcock would be grateful for this
right.
photo.
It's just super stark. But I don't know. There's just something really appealing about this. It's, you know, on some levels, it's a really simple photo, and it's very, very appealing because of that.
None of my cars parked underneath there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Who took this photo?
How did you get so close? Yeah.
This is Bill.
Bill. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like that.
As long as you're not coming from.
Were
the
they
car
that
park.
close to you, or did you use a long lens?
I don't remember for this particular photo, but yes, I've taken these where they're very close to me.
Okay.
Was this at a Malibu
Is it
restaurant?
Cheetos that you have?
I think this was in Newport,
All right.
Oh.
but I'm not 100% sure. This is an older photo.
Okay. I like that they're on a mission, probably a mission for getting Cheetos.
We're going to finish our presentation here with the spider's web.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, we're finishing strong here.
Yeah.
Itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah, this is.
He's got all his legs.
Oh, you counted?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love spider and spiderweb photos because there's something magical about it. So I am a little biased, but I just absolutely love this.
Well, it's sometimes hard to get the web to actually come forward, you know, because
need the light.
it melts away in the background. So they did a
need the
good
right
job with
light.
even seeing the little specks.
Yeah. If I can find it, I'll post something to the Facebook page. It's this spider with a spider web, and I illuminated it with a light at night. And I must have taken about 100 photos because the thing kept, you know, waving slightly in the breeze. I must have taken about 100 photos before I got that.
Oh.
Yeah, but this is great. I love that you can see the whole spider web easily. So it's clearly got some illumination on it.
And I think this spider web was quite productive for the spider.
Yeah, it's a really nice job. And there's a great detail on the spider. Yeah. I like.
There's a smile on its body. It looks like there's a little face there.
Oh, yes.
Looks like it has a scarab of sorts on its body too. Anyway, yeah, super
Can't
nice.
really tell if it's coming or going.
Or just posing.
No, but you get my point. It's like a push me, pull you.
Indeed.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah.
8-wheel drive.
8-wheel drive.
Jay, I'll be able to see this presentation later, right?
No, I got editing to do. I had some technical difficulties.
Not much though.
So a couple of days give me. It'll render tonight, and then I got to figure out how to use the movie editor all over again.
Oh.
Thanks to you all for a wonderful meeting. I really feel that we gelled tonight. Can we all wave goodbye to YouTube land and the FBC membership? I'm sorry, the VPC membership.
And thank you, Ken. Good presentation.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent. We might, because I'm going to do an edit, we might splice that one out and give you your own half hour.
Was it, did I go that long? I'm sorry.
You went 37 minutes, my friend.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
That was good.
Oh, no, it was great.